Hey, y'all know what it is. Y'all know who it is. It's your boy Pharaoh, the guy always on the job. I got five. Let's talk. And as always, it's real talk, raw talk. And y'all know it's that time again to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell another friend, to share, like, and subscribe. Don't hide. Welcome to another edition or episode of I Got Five Let's Talk, where we keep it fair like a California bear. We not California raisins, so we not doing no hate. Today's topic, as y'all see, Candice Owens continues to protect Charlie's killers. Now, a lot of people may say, why I say this. I cannot find when she spoke on this no more.
You've been in a car accident?
Give me a second, y'all. As we see, a lot's been going on when it comes to discussing Charlie's death. But one thing somebody has been always a staunch, outspoken person is Candice Owen. When it came to the theories of how Charlie was killed, she always blew him off. She always said, Charlie's neck stopped the bullet from the 30-06. That's why it did not go through. But before we get into what Candice says, let's play this.
Effectively, that from that moment onward, Charlie and I were assigned handlers. Okay, this is an expression that Kanye used to say, have a handler. I thought that he was just saying that. I thought that he was referring to just Hollywood. I now very much believe that I have had handlers since 2018. And that things were done intentionally to pull me and Charlie apart. Now, I'm going to tell you how I remember it in no particular order, okay? I tweeted back at Kanye and I said, please take a meeting with us. And before I could hear directly from Kanye's people, I heard from David Horowitz. You should also know that he is the father to Andreessen Horowitz, the one that Bibi Netanyahu is insisting should, or stepfather to. He wants Andreessen Horowitz to be a part of this group that buys TikTok.
TikTok, number one. And I hope it goes through because it can be consequential.
At the time, Charlie and I, we were pro-Israel. That's, I think, kind of relevant. And we were just so amazed by the tweet that we thought all of these people, like, this was just our moment, as in they really did just want to help. Another player in this was Rick Rubin. Yeah, the big music industry. Rick Rubin also got into the mix and wanted to facilitate certain meetings. I took it, again, as a sign of help. And it feels like at every moment there were forces that were trying to tell us this is not allowed to happen. Someone, and I believe it was someone at BuzzFeed, cut a clip. Again, I was green, so I didn't understand why suddenly they were sharing a clip and they were saying that I was justifying Adolf Hitler killing Jews. It was heavy. It was so heavy, and I laugh in retrospect because I thought it was all real. I didn't realize this was a matrix of people who wanted to pull me and Charlie apart. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to put pressure on him. And this amazing thing happened that despite this, that the hand that came out to me and offered me a job was PragerU. PragerU offered me a job. This is early 2019. And it was like, hey, like, we know that you don't believe these things. And at the time, I thought they were just being friends. I don't know what to think anymore. Marissa Straight, the CEO, has never shied from telling people that she is, in the IDF. She worked intelligence in the IDF, right, in Israel. Almost the way it feels to me was like, we can save you, but here's what you have to do, was Marissa took me to the Simon Wiesenthal Center. And again, I was so grateful. I was like, who do I have to say sorry to so that they know that I don't hate Jews? This is what happened. I'm telling you, this is what happened in 2019. And there was like some chief rabbi looking character, and him and her spoke in Hebrew. I didn't understand a word of what was said in front of me. And then we left, and everything was fine. My reputation was restored temporarily.
It's funny how she says this. She recalls everybody's name who she comes in contact with. Oh, this is Wooty Whoop. He's married to Wooty Whoop. They know Wooty Whoop. But she doesn't know the rabbi who she had to apologize to. And she says after she did that, everything was restored. We never really heard Candice coming out, poking around about what Israel does. It was more so the American perception of the government and black leaders. All that political Christian indoctrination, changing the world. Yeah, that was Charlie's shoulders. That was on Charlie's shoulders. But Candice, who she says was a good friend of Charlie, very dear friend, she believed in her mind that Charlie's neck was that powerful to stop a 30-6. And then she said, no. I don't believe Tyler Robertson killed him. Then they said, from the lapel, the speaker that was pointed upward into his throat was what killed Charlie. But no, she didn't want nobody to believe that either. So what does she does? She goes on to, and I can't find it, but I was just watching, I can't remember if it was on Instagram. She went on this rant that Charlie's necklace exploded and it was hanging and that's what killed him. But then she goes on to say, she says that that's the necklace that Erika Kirk, that's the necklace that Erika Kirk is wearing right now. She said that the most obvious, the gun didn't kill him like everybody else thought. She said no, the bullet stopped it. And then the less fascinating, the less believable, the less comprehensible conspiracy theory, she endorses it and says that he was killed by the necklace. The FBI was looking for that necklace. She probably took it down. They were looking for that necklace, and the FBI told somebody that was, oh, we were looking for that necklace. She's endorsing the theory that the less believable action taken is what killed Charlie Kirk. Damn, man. Yeah, man. Well, the one I just did a whole live too, man. I think he was in there. But you know, that's how it go, man. You know, I be getting shadow banned, but I'm still gonna keep it going though, man. But and I think it's because you probably didn't get the notification because of the title, man. You know what I'm saying? Candice Owens having a handler. People don't want people to know that they have those type of things. And before I lose my train of thought, though, she endorsed the less likable assassination. She said the chain exploded and did the video and paused the video. This is his chain right here. But like I said, how does she have Charlie's chain if it exploded? It would be disintegrated, decimated. We saw the exit wound. Candice Owens kept telling us that it was not an exit wound. It was the entry wound. And like I told everybody, I've been shot numerous times. I've been shot. And I know when you get shot, whatever direction the bullet is coming from, you're moving in the opposite. If it's coming from the front, you're moving back. You're coming from the right, you're going left. And if you look at Charlie, when Charlie was shot from the right side. That's why his body, he was shot so close up that he didn't, the velocity didn't carry a lot of pressure. It was made to do one thing. The projectile was made to either, I think, explode on contact on the exit wound. But then, what I'm going to show y'all in a minute is some people saying that there's a projectile that went up into the tent. And this is one of the conspiracy theories that Candice Owens would not talk about. It's one of the things that Candice Owens refused to zero in on. Now what I'm going to do here, oh shit, it's like this.
So in a new court filing, the bullet used to kill Charlie Kirk does not match the rifle allegedly used by Tyler Robinson. Charlie Kirk wasn't shot with a bullet. He was killed with a projectile from the miniature explosive in his microphone. The explosive was purchased in May 2025 from the Accurate Energetic Systems plant in Tennessee. Literally 1 month later, they blew up the plant that created it, the Accurate Energetic Systems plant. This was a couple days after the exploding mic theory went viral. Some believe they did this to cover up all the evidence. Also, 16 people died in the process, and it was one of the deadliest munitions blasts within the last 100 years. The entire facility was leveled. Right after the lapel exploded, you'll see guys from his team, and that was the first thing they went and did right after. They went and
watch this guy right here on the left in the white that jumped over the counter. This is his team member. You're gonna see him.
Lapel
in the
exploded. You'll see guys from his team, and now
you see him crossing. You see the man crossing over the table. That's the man that was in front of Charlie Kirk when that projectile went into his esophagus. This is his security team. Now keep a close eye on that guy.
it's the first thing they went and did right after. They went and grabbed the mic, and they went and grabbed the SD card out the camera. Also, if you look at the field, it looks like a menorah. The road that JFK was killed on, an aerial view, it also looks very similar to that. I know there is a video after he was shot, a piece of the shrapnel flew to the top of the tent. The Washington County Sheriff,
run that back for y'all.
Lapel exploded. You'll see guys from his team, and that was the first thing they went and did right after. They went and grabbed the mic, and they went and grabbed the SD card out the camera. Also, if you look at the field, it looks like a menorah. the road that JFK was killed on, an aerial view, it also looked very similar to that. I know there is a video after he was shot, a piece of the shrapnel flew to the top of the tent. The Washington County Sheriff, who facilitated Tyler Robinson turning himself in, quit out of nowhere today, the same day that it was revealed that the bullet is not a match. And of course, the day that they announced this, it was revealed on 3:30. There you go. That's another 33. They're putting that 33 out there.
Now this is if this guy is putting it together, but you're telling me Candice Owens isn't putting it together? You're telling me Candice Owens realized she had a handler, but they didn't kill her? They only killed Charlie Kirk? Is she not talking about what's going on in Israel? Oh, she's not. She's talking about getting rich off of who killed Charlie Kirk. But why is she very elusive when it comes to the conspiracy theory that killed Charlie Kirk? I'm going to tell you why. I believe she's covering for the killers. I believe she knows who the killers are, and she's getting and putting assumptions and giving assessments to get you far away from who the actual killers are. Because she knows the killers are the same people that were her handler. Yeah. Let's run some of these contents real quick. Yes, we definitely know all the demons is behind here. Shout out to my mods. What up, Sticky Finger, man? You already know. Salute to the mods. Yes, his wife is behind it, man. If you go into her Romanian angels and you see the type of people, and then you just pull up all the children that went missing from Erika Cook's Romanian angels. And if you go back in history and you look at the prostitutes and things like this, and you know, a lot of these girls was coming out of Romania. Oh, you know, look at these people. The prostitutes that was working in the brothels out of Romania. Says, yeah, the guy definitely grabbed something. This is his team security member. He hops over the table, grabs something from somebody, and runs through the back. And he's not getting down protecting Charlie, trying to point the gun to see where the shot came from. It's as if he knew where the shot was coming from and had a plan to execute. He hopped over the table, didn't take no time to look down and assess how Charlie was shot. He retrieved something from somebody else and got right up out of there. But Candice Owen, the person that loved Charlie, that knew everything about Charlie, and he was fighting the good old fight, but she says nothing. Her eyes deceived her. Is that what you want me to believe? That Candice Owens, who can admit that she had a handler, but can't admit that Charlie was killed by the microphone on his chest that was pointing diagonally to the left side at his throat. If you look at it again, that microphone, people would just have it like pointing upward. You feel me? Having it on your neck, going sideways or something. But this was on his shirt, a little bit down, pointing directly at his throat. And we seen the exit wound. And we seen the projectile come from said area. So my only question is, why is Candice Owens not elaborating and or endorsing a conspiracy theory? I believe it's because she knew who did it. And if she's not going to endorse a conspiracy theory, I believe that, people do play both sides. They do. It's just something that doesn't make no sense. It's something that just leaves you with questions. And why would Candice Owens be telling people that, oh, the chain is what killed Charlie? Why? What's going on? What is she hiding? Why isn't she looking at the video like everybody else looking at the video? And then, even though, like Candice says, I don't believe this doesn't add up. But this is what gets you to believe in a person that believe that they're good, but then they don't put that out there. Could it be one of those magicians that when they play both sides, they have two people that credible, oh, we kill one, so anything she says, you're going to believe it. Who is to say her handler isn't her husband? Since everybody is saying that Erika Cook possibly could have been his handler. Why can't her handler be her husband? And now she's flipped. I believe it's because of like what everybody else says. My assessments are, they took Charlie out because of they believed his exposure. Charlie had a big following, man. Whether you want to believe in what he said or not, he was gonna expose the workings of how the Jewish government is alleged to be having its hands in everything. You think they give a fuck about Charlie Kirk going from school college to college speaking bad about the government? They didn't give a fuck about that. They gave a fuck about them exposing what he knows, and people ready to give him information. Just don't name me. Charlie is becoming a wild card now. He can cause more damage to our subterfuge than we can cause. He has a following. He has a voice. If he gets out there and says X, Y, and the third, people could tend to believe him. But what they didn't bank on is by killing him, people might believe him even more. And that's kind of what happened. Everything that these people were afraid of getting out is now starting to get out. And I'm not just talking about the Zionist regime. I'm also talking about people like Candice. I liked her, loved her, even thought she was pretty. But I recognize the signs, though. I recognize that she endorses no conspiracy theory behind Charlie Kirk. She said that he was shot with a 30-06 to the neck, but the bullet doesn't match Tyler's gun. The sheriff quits his job. the microphone, the company that sells the microphone just so happens to be decimated to the ground. It's kind of crazy. Don't you think? Don't you think? I always say when they try not to expose themselves, they expose themselves. Why in the fuck would the company that made the microphone that went on Charlie's chest have an explosion that killed everything all the way down to the ground? Blew everything up all the way down to the ground. Flattened it. And we didn't hear about that on national television? Candice Owens didn't think to say, that's kind of weird. The microphone company was taken down to reduced to rumble. Why not? I don't believe Candice Owens is on the side of Charlie Kirk anymore. I just don't. By her not, I believe that she has and possibly always has been an agent. Yes, she said good shit. Yes, a lot of the things she said was great and on point. But she slipped up this one time and it doesn't sit well with me. It doesn't make me sit here and say, well, she is doing her thing. She's not. She's not. I can give credit when credit is due, but how do we see shit that she doesn't? How does she know everybody's name but never learned the name of the chief rabbi? The chief rabbi that made everything good for her. What happened? These conspiracy theorists of these agendas also say that these people fund both agendas. Like I said, when Candice was coming out, she was going after the blacks. Get the blacks to believe in her. Get the blacks on her side. Have her attack the government. Don't you see that this is an agenda being controlled by foreign affairs to attack the American government with American people? Neither one of them talking about the manipulation, subterfuge, and degradation that these people put into the minds and agendas that they put out. They don't never talk about that. Why? Because they always have somebody, get the black vote, get them on our side. They can't see what's coming. And then the white people, oh yeah, man, talk bad about blacks. Talk bad about them. And then when they come together, yeah, man, blacks are lazy. There is some type of agenda going on here. Now, if you look at it, Charlie had the votes with the group he had, Turning Point USA. He helped J.D. Vance become, vice president. He had pull. Candice ain't got no pull like that. She got mind manipulation. She has grasped the attention of the black community. Oh, she's gonna teach us right. Nothing, just because you're black, that doesn't mean anything. But then you don't see the little trick. You better not. You better not dare think about supporting one of those conspiracy theories, Candice. You're gonna go say it was this goddamn fucking chain. But the chain, yeah, you're going to put it out there. Why? Because now we need the people to say, whoop, 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 there it is. Wait a minute. We need them to also lose hope in you for one day we can replace you. We can always bring it back. Isn't Candice Owens the one that says she was down for Charlie, but she never brought up this part of the plot? Damn. She has a handler. Let me play that one more time for you.
Everything was fine. My reputation was
Are you done with Donald Trump, or could you see a way that you would end up having?
I believe, and I'm saying this retrospectively, that from that moment onward, Charlie and I were assigned handlers. Okay, this is an expression that Kanye used to say, have a handler. I thought that he was just saying that. I thought that he was referring to just Hollywood. I now very much believe that I have had handlers since 2018. And that things were done intentionally to pull me and Charlie apart. Now, I'm going to tell you how I remember it in no particular order, okay? I tweeted back at Kanye and I said, please take a meeting with us. And before I could hear directly from Kanye's people, I heard from David Horowitz. You should also know that he is the father to Andreessen Horowitz, the one that Bibi Netanyahu is insisting should, or stepfather to. He wants Andreessen Horowitz to be a part of this group that buys TikTok.
TikTok, number one. And I hope it goes through because it can be consequential.
At the time, Charlie and I, we were pro-Israel. That's, I think, kind of relevant. And we were just so amazed by the tweet that we thought all of these people, like this was just our moment, as in they really did just want to help. Another player in this was Rick Rubin. Yeah, the big music industry. Rick Rubin also got into the mix and wanted to facilitate certain meetings. I took it, again, as a sign of help. And it feels like at every moment there were forces that were trying to tell us this is not allowed to happen. Someone, and I believe it was someone at BuzzFeed, cut a clip. Again, I was green, so I didn't understand why suddenly they were sharing a clip and they were saying that I was justifying Adolf Hitler killing Jews. It was heavy. It was so heavy, and I laugh in retrospect because I thought it was all real. I didn't realize this was a matrix of people who wanted to pull me and Charlie apart. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to put pressure on him. And this amazing thing happened that despite this, that the hand that came out to me and offered me a job was PragerU. PragerU offered me a job. This is early 2019, and it was like, hey, like, we know that you don't believe these things. And at the time, I thought they were just being friends. I don't know what to think anymore. Marissa Straight, the CEO, has never shied from...
Now you don't know what to think anymore. After all the knowledge you know now, you don't know. Shut the fuck up.
Telling people that she is, in the IDF. She worked intelligence in the IDF, right, in Israel. Almost the way it feels to me was like, we can save you, but here's what you have to do, was Marissa took me to the Simon Wiesenthal Center. And again, I was so grateful. I was like, who do I have to say sorry to so that they know that I don't hate Jews? This is what happened. I'm telling you, this is what happened in 2019. And there was like some chief rabbi looking character, and him and her spoke in Hebrew. I didn't understand a word of what was said in front of me. And then we left, and everything was fine. My reputation was restored temporarily. I believe.
That's crazy. You don't remember the rabbi name, but you remember everybody else's name. The reason you don't remember because you're playing games. This is that fake news that Trump talks about. Gotta watch them back doors of them people that you be around. This lady actually knows what happened to Charlie and refused to say it, but is alluding to everything that is furthest away from the truth. It's too many of them, though, Sticky, that of course they all work together. They have agenda, a narrative they are trying to push. And guess what? They're going to push it by any means necessary. Candice Owens could have been threatened by them. Or she could just be one of the ones that's, hey, we're going to use you. She's cool with it. But it just strikes me as odd that she is not speaking about this company that just got blown to shreds. And it's the same company that made the microphones for Charlie Kirk. Why isn't Candice Owens talking about this? And when I did see it like 4 or 5 days ago though. So it just baffles me that when I saw this clip, this building was being decimated. So it just baffles me. Somebody that says they care for Charlie so much that now she is beginning to endorse information that is abstract to the truth, like his wife is doing. She admits to having a handler, but doesn't want us to admit that she's working with them people. Shit. Really, I just wanted to touch on that for a little bit, man. Make sure y'all tune in at 8:30 for the War Report, Victor Bout edition. It's gonna get real tricky, man, and this goes back kinda to even Brittany Griner. When I was on her head about, being locked up in Russia. And like I said then, they should have kept her. They shouldn't have made no trade for her. I never thought she was going to go this route neither, though, Sticky. I thought that she was one of the ones that was really trying to ascertain and make public the truth about things, man. I really did. I really did. But obviously, no siree Bob. No siree Bob. It's not gonna happen. Let me see something, man. Yeah, I don't see how I don't have nothing on here about Charlie, though. That's what's crazy. I don't have nothing on my page about Charlie. And that's crazy. That's very crazy. Let me see something real quick, y'all. Give me a second, man.
Share, like, and subscribe. There we go. Yeah, man, today, what's on the topic, man? Charlie. Of what? Because, in Charlie's words, not mine, Trayvon Martin was not a victim. He was a perpetrator. According to Charlie Trayvon Martin hunted down George Zimmerman. According to Charlie, George Floyd's death had nothing to do with race. So if Charlie can believe in that and say that they brought that on themselves, Charlie brought this on himself. Charlie knew exactly what deep state America was about. Charlie knew what type of people the Zionist Israel state has. He knew this, but he responded otherwise. And that's basically what he said about Trayvon Martin. He said Trayvon Martin knew he was hunting Zimmerman down, and that's why Zimmerman killed him. We all know from the police tapes that when Zimmerman called the police, Zimmerman did not say nothing about Trayvon Martin hunting him down. He said he was following a black youth. The police told him to stop pursuing and let the proceed take place, and let the police come in and do what they got to do. Did Charlie's famous friend Zimmerman allow that to happen? I don't think so. If he did, I wouldn't be talking about it. I wouldn't. So on that note, according to his own words, how do you feel sorry for somebody that knew what he was getting into? I'm glad a black person didn't kill him so they could say he was racist. White on white violence, as I've always said, is American as cherry pie. As hamburgers. Charlie, let's be clear, Charlie was no victim. Not by a long shot. According to his own words, Charlie was no victim. Not at all. Charlie said that the black fathers choose to leave the household. You say Charlie was progressive, but he wasn't progressive when he came to blacks. But that was all right. Charlie was progressive. His racist antics is what got him killed. He's no victim. Honor him for what? What did he do? Instead of just telling people where transgender come from, who started it, that would have been more in line for dialogue. Not the way that Charlie went to the campuses debating children. All right, you don't want to call them children? College students, still developing minds. Especially at this time, the ones that's going there to debate you are the ones that are having thought process. They're thinking about things. So now you're coming in, Charlie, destroying their minds in an evil way with truth. It doesn't sit well. That don't sit well with nobody.
My thoughts before I end. I want to hit you. I want to pause. My bad. Before I want to get to this comment. What's my thoughts on the NBA player who got kicked out of the NBA? Speaking about gay pride. I'm gonna say this again, man. It's their world, man. Like I always said, man. You know, when you want to dive into their realm, that's their realm, man. You want to play basketball, they control that shit. So it's certain things you just can't say, man. You know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But then if you keep your mouth closed, it's like you endorsing it. But just don't go to those functions. You ain't gotta speak about it. Keep your mouth closed. Don't get yourself in trouble. And I know people say, God always gonna make a way out for me and all this. He did. You just fucked it up. But they want to press that agenda. They want to push that narrative. You don't see them, tripping off and asking no Caucasian players no questions like that. You don't see the Caucasian players getting asked about things of the war or gay pride, or they don't do that to them. It's about control, diminishing male masculinity. On the real. They want you want to be a part of that world, you're going to have to succumb to some of their agenda. And if you're not, I mean, look at Blueface just versus Aiden Ross when, the bullshit he got going on. Aiden Ross want to come with the Jewish trickery. Oh, you didn't wear the gay flag on your shorts, so that's 100,000. Fine. What? I don't have a problem with gay people, but you can't force it down my throat. Straight up. Can't do that. That's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. Keep that shit away from me. But also remember, that if you are out here forcing people to believe in homosexual rhetoric, then people do have the right to speak out against it. That's just the cold reality of it, man. And the people that don't like the people speaking out against it is the ones that's pushing the narrative. In a certain community, to a certain people. So with that being said, I'll see y'all 8:30. Y'all know the motto. Take care of each other. If you can't do that,